maybe we are in the what? Maybe ninth inning. In other words, maybe we have seen the worst when it comes to the price action into AMC. And from this point forward, we are in for such a rally, such a big rally that will actually potentially finally cause this to do what we are all waiting it this to do. Keep in mind, nobody can predict the future, but the reason why I'm saying this is because I want to share with you something really interesting. And it's interesting because not only is coming from somebody that has a lot of credit, but also somebody that, it's also a huge investor, active investor in the market and crypto itself, himself. So I'm going to share with you something that Kevin O'Leary, from Shark Tank, for reference, for those of you who don't know him. And he said something really interesting about in the next 10 to 20 days, a big company in the market might fall because they are over leveraged, causing them to actually go out of business. And he said something about something that may be interesting for AMC. So let's listen, and we'll definitely see what is relevant there for us. So here we go. Let me put this here.
Stopped all the time. I do as well by worried investors saying, I've just lost millions. How do we know if the bottom is near? Have we bottomed now?
No, generally a bottom, and I've seen this movie so many times before, is you need a big institution to go bankrupt. That always helps. I mean, you have to sacrifice an institution to get this to work, because then you get a dramatic flushing of equity positions as panic sets in. Margin calls are called in, shorts, are bought. They basically bought themselves in already, and then you get this big leg down. Usually it's 5 to 10%, and that is the bottoming process we need now. This time I was thinking it might be in the crypto space, but that's already been decimated. And so it may be something else, a financial services company, or, there was some rumors about Coinbase that turned out not to be true. But you need somebody's offside somewhere on a leveraged hedge position. You just don't know who it is yet. And they're big. And we're going to wake up in the next 10 days, 20 days, and you're going to find out they're a zero. That's a good thing. And I'm waiting for that to happen because we're getting close to the bottom.
Okay.
There we go, folks. There we go. In the next 10 to 20 days, we might wake up and see a big name in the market going down to zero. Why? Because they are overly leveraged to the point where, with the market conditions right now, they will be like that. Okay, the only way out is to liquidate everything. Not only is it going to be a good thing for the market, but I don't know for you guys, but that reminds me a lot of some of the big short sellers that are also here in AMC. So if I'm following the logic from Kevin and Larry here, it kind of makes sense because it reminds me a lot of, Archegos, all right? And it also reminds me a lot of Melvin Capital. So since the beginning of this year, we've seen many hedge funds from different sizes either closing doors or returning, the capital to the clients. Why? Because they were on the wrong side of the market. But right now, everything is on the wrong side of the market. You buy a stock today, it goes up to, maybe 2 or 3% because of a rally. And then even literally 2 hours ago, boom, if you're not out, your gains are out. And then it dips. And it's been the case since the last 8 weeks. So right now, the only people winning are people who are not leveraged. And again, it doesn't really matter because winning doesn't exist anymore in this market. You might be winning today, right now, and literally the following hour, you are losing everything because the volatility is off the chart. Look at what happened in, Friday. Market were down more than 650 points at some point. And then 1 hour literally before the close, boom, everything went up to close in the green, flat in the green. That is losing almost 4% and gaining 3% the very same day in a matter of 2 hours. So that being said, if Melvin is already down and for 2 consecutive times had decided, okay, let me, instead of going short, let me go long. That didn't even work. So right now he's saying, okay, I'm sorry, I lost your money, guys. Here's the thing. Now, I'm not expecting this, based on, Mr. Wonderful comments. It might be someone here. It might be a big bank. It might be an investment bank. I don't know. It might be a hedge fund. It looks closer to a hedge fund because hedge funds here are companies that are over leveraged, and whenever that happens, I mean, they're going to follow the exact same path as we're hearing Melvin and all of these other hedge funds at the beginning of this year. Now, if a big name is about to come down, causing this huge wave in the market, what do you think is going to happen for the little shorts? Those short sellers who don't have the same amount of capital, who don't have the same amount of, clients being flexible, who don't have the same amount of liquidity behind them, they are going to be crushed. And when that happens, boom, it's a domino effect. One falls down, the other one falls down, the other one falls down, because it only takes one to fall down for the price to start going where we want it to be and causing what we saw back in June. But if these times he's right, it's gonna be much more than triple digits point in the price in just a matter of couple of weeks. We might see this finally happening. Keep in mind, nobody knows exactly when the future will happen. Nobody can guarantee what's going to happen in the future. But if he's right, then we're in for something really, really interesting. So let's just continue to pay attention to this market.